these academic institutions which are working in our own academy, in our own country, can be put into the hands of the effective leadership. And let me tell you, I will not have any hesitation to say that if you see the scenario right now, it has been well knowledge. We all have been well aware of this fact that the academic institutions means university, colleges, and any other academic institutions are not led by very effective leadership. So there's a crisis, there's an issue. And we also know pretty well that quality of education means quality assurance has become the need of the day. Why? Of course, it has always was the need, but now it has become rather inevitable. As we all know that now we are moving towards achieving the target or achieving the 100 years of our own India's independence by 2047. And now country has the in vision, means we are aspiring and we have the vision to take our country into the category of the developed nation, means Vikshit Bharat. We are imagining and we are dreaming and we are aspiring and we are thinking to achieve this target, to achieve or to realize this dream, to realize this vision, that our country could be taken into the category of the developed nations as the other developed nations are existing in this world. And here, the role and the responsibility of education becomes very important, very pertinent, let me tell you. Unless until our educational institutions are placed or are led by effective leadership, I think this dream or this vision could never be realized. So hardly 25 or 26 years are left. Not even 20, yeah, 47. So not much time is left. But if you see our actions and the dates, I think 25 years are good time, enough time, adequate time to achieve this cherished goal to which we all are aspiring for that. So here already I have highlighted what are the challenges in fact. Challenges, let me tell you broadly what are the challenges. If we will be able to overcome these challenges, I am pretty sure that we will achieve this target. Let me tell you that very recently we all have got to know that our country has replaced China and in terms of the population. So now India has become the most populous country on the earth, in the universe, let me tell you. So you must be wondering what is good point in that, as I am telling you. So it's a challenge, no doubt about that. It's a challenge. But here it becomes very important that if we will be able to translate this challenge or we will meet this challenge, then definitely this challenge will be converted into the opportunity or the prospects, which will become the catalyst for achieving the target of developed nation. I think why? As we all know that it is now. I hope you all are listening to me, I guess. आप मेरी बात सुन रहे हैं आप लोग?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me now explain it further. So
Yes, sir.
here we also, I think I'm requesting you, if possible, I think kindly unmute your video. I will feel rather great. I will feel encouraged also if you put your video on so that I could see your faces here. Otherwise, what I am observing that as I am talking to the screen. So one of my fellow has already put his video on. So it's very encouraging for me. So I will definitely earnestly or very humbly requesting you to kindly put your video on. So it will be very good for me and it will give a lot of motivation and encouragement to me. So what I was talking that what is India's challenges? One challenge is you must be saying that populous country means it seems to be very Herculean task. But let me tell you that there is again within that there is an opportunity to, if we see, As we all know that India is passing through the stages of demographic dividend. Means India is considered to be one of the very important and one of the most important country that it is passing. Means it is having the privilege of demographic dividend. Means demographic potential can be a very important one, or demographic dividend is one of the areas, one of the crucial point in which if we will be able to convert this population, I think India will become the most important country in terms of the human capital, or it will have the human resource development, human resource. And we all know that what are the factors for production, for the development, for distribution, for the allocation. So here, if you see the total size of India's population, the majority of the population, 70% of the population falls into the category of the age group of 15 to 45 or 50, which is considered to be the most active, economically active and working age. So what is the worry? Worry is that the issue is that how we can be able to translate or convert or transform this big chunk of the working age population into the human resource and or the human capital. And we all know pretty well that there are some factors through which it can be done. What are the factors? Factors are education. Factors are skill development. Factors are training. By providing training, education, and of course, we cannot deny the fact that healthcare. So, with providing healthcare, health in infrastructure, providing a quality education and training, and of course, providing a skill to the chunk of this population, I think we will definitely convert into the we will be able we will definitely transform this population into the human capital or the human resource. I think this is not only, I think we have witnessed and we have seen in the case of Japan. We have seen in the, I'm talking of the Asia, not Europe. I'm talking of Asia like Japan, even South Korea and many other South Asian countries they have taken the advantage of demographic dividend. They have converted. So why don't we? And here, let me tell you that India's higher education or education system is considered to be one of the largest one, biggest one. But of course, not in terms of the quality, there is a serious catch. Again, there is a serious challenge, no doubt about that. So how we are going to make, if you see the national education policy, it is clearly said that we need to improve the education system in terms of structure, in terms of quality, in terms of expansion. We need to do that. And in this national education policy, it is said that by 2035, we need to increase the gross enrollment ratio, existing gross enrollment ratio of 26% to 50%. Of course, it seems to be a very Herculean task. It seems to be impossible in the sense that for the last 75, more than 75 years, we have been working very hard in order to increase the number of gross enrollment ratio in our own country. We have achieved the target of 26%. But now, hardly 13, 14 years are left. So within that, we need to make it double. So again, it's a challenge. And let me tell you, if we work hard, if we manage our education in a proper manner, I think this dream or these objectives are not far off. So what is basically worry and what is the need? Again, academic leadership matters a lot. If and this is a study which has been done in the past, and we get to know with that study that it is clearly said that higher education leadership is not worthwhile. They are not up to that level. And hence, if you remember, in 2018, Government of India initiated or taken the flagship program like this, that all top level higher education institutions or at the 15 higher educations were given the responsibility to impart the training to those who are a senior university or the college professors, those who are having the standing of 10 years of teaching or research or administrative experience, having a lot of publications, at least 30-35 publications. They also have some administrative experience. So these 15 top level reputed institutions in our own country started or began to organize the program for senior university or the college professors. And that program was called LEAP, Leadership for Academician Program. So it was all for giving the training, exposure, and some sort of training so that they would become a rather better administrator, academic administrator. So if they were given the charge as the vice chancellor, as the director, as some of the top level higher education heads, I think they would take these their institutions in the right direction. They must give the vision to all these academic institutions so that we can match up or we can catch up or we can match the higher or the global level academic institutions. So taking all these issues into the mind, like how we are going to use demographic dividend, because we all know that many countries has taken the advantage. And our population to which we all are claiming that demography or what we call it, youth population or the young population, which are bulge in number in our own country. Imagine if we fail to achieve the target or realize the dream of converting them into the human capital. If we don't do it, what will happen after 25 years down the line? Imagine. I think they are going to become the liability. They are going to the disaster, because you all know that what is happening in the West. European countries, they are facing the problem of security. Means their population, mm, bulk of the population fall into the category of 60 plus. So we have the privilege, we have the potential right now. So here it becomes very important. And taking this issue, I think this kind of program is being organized by 111 centers, that is called Malviya Mission Teachers Training Centers. And we are learning from each other how we are going to realize the dream, how we are going to convert the dream of developed nation by 2047 uh, into the reality. For bringing this dream, this vision into the reality, we need to do a lot of things. As we all know that, if you see, I think I'm also the student of economics. Let me tell you, let me share some of the statistical facts. So if you see the entire economic, what we call it, economic growth trajectory of our own country since independence till 80s, the growth was confined and it was hovering around 3 to 4%. It has never gone beyond 4%. And it was the history, it was the economic growth. We all know that, which was called Hindu growth rate. So thereafter, what happened? The situation reached that level in 90s or 91. We all know that. So India was on the verge of financial crisis. So what happened? We started opening our own economy at that time. You must remember, I think the former prime minister of this country, Dr. Manmohan Singh, was the finance minister. So they managed, and we opened our economy. And what is the scenario thereafter? We catched up. Means we began to grow our economy by 6-7%. Even it has gone up to 9%. Again, there was an economic crisis which took place in 2007 and 8. So India was least affected even at that time. So this is very important. Education becomes very important, as I think our coordinator, when he was introducing, he also told us that 8 themes were there. So one theme is relating to higher education, and society. So, how the role of higher education is going to play, what kind of role could be played by higher education in order to bring economic development, social development, progress, equity, all these things. I think this must have been discussed, or if not, I think it would be discussed because it's a third day. So we need to go and we need to continue this program till I think 8 days. So it becomes very important to energize ourselves, to know some of the salient features, to know some of the uh, challenges to which our society, our India is facing. So already I told you that with the help of many committee and commissions report, because it was constituted from time to time, and we got to know that quality is a serious concern. If we see the scenario right now, not only quality, I think quantity has also become the serious challenge. As it is said that we need to increase the gross enrollment ratio to 50%. So it's a challenge. So how these challenges we all are going to face, how we are going to overcome these challenges? This all could be done only with the help of what we call as the to improve the quality of higher education. And for that matter, what is needed that our academic institutions must be led by visionary and effective leadership. Academic leadership means our vice chancellor, our directors, our heads, our deans must be visionary, must be creative, must be innovative, and then we will reap the benefits of higher education. So let me proceed further. But before proceeding further, let me also share some of the very important facts, statistical facts, vital facts, that if we see the total size of the university and the colleges right now, so what was the scenario in 50s, 50, 51, just after independence? Only 5 to 600 colleges were existing. If you see that today, the size of the colleges, it has gone up to 45,000 plus colleges are existing in our own country, which are spread all over the country. But if you see the total size of the universities, at that time, 20 or 28 universities were existing, were established. This number has also increased to plus 1,200 universities are existing, are working in the domain of higher education. If you consider the stand-alone academic institutions, their number has increased or has gone up to 12,000 stand-alone institutions. You must be wondering, if you see the development of this number, I think again we can say that it's a good development, a spectacular development. But so far as the case of requirement of our own nation, our country is concerned, again we don't stand anywhere. I have, in absolute sense, already I have told you, it is one of the biggest, means third largest system which are existing in the world. But if you see our requirement, as already I have told you that we are hovering, means gross enrollment ratio is around 26%, just minus plus. And we need, and we are looking forward to increase the number to 50%, which is the mandate and which is the recommendation which has been made in this national education policy. So again, this challenge, how we are going to meet, of course, many suggestions have already been forwarded by the experts like all of you, but many more things need to be done on the part of the teachers like all of us. So here again, it becomes very important that why we should focus on increasing the number of 50%. Let me tell you some of the statistical facts which we can see around the world. If you see the scenario of the United States of America, over there it is in the range of 85 to 90% gross enrollment ratio is there, are existing in this country. If you see the European Union, here 65 to 70% is the gross enrollment, average gross enrollment ratio is in that, roughly speaking, is in that range. If you see the Asia as a whole, I think it here it is said that 36 to 40%. And see the global gross enrollment ratio, which is considered to be, which is again in the range of 25 to 27%. So we are still below the global gross enrollment ratio in terms of economic ladder, in terms of other indicator. Where do we stand? We all know pretty well. So here we are saying that we need to take our country into the category of the developed nation. Means we need to see our country a Vikshit Bharat or the developed nation. So what are the challenges? We all now can understand. So here we need to focus if the academic leadership could be improved or they become the visionary or innovative, I think it will become easier or it will work as the catalyst to realize the dream of this great nation, of this developed nation, of this Vikshit Bharat. Hence, it becomes very important to discuss this academic leadership. So already I have, and if you see I think I should not dwell upon that issue, because what are the challenges within the higher education? Many challenges. But one thing I would like to flag with all of you, because you can generate some questions when it will be discussed about higher education and so development of society. See, what we see that even this number to which already we have shared and to which we are looking forward is to 26% gross enrollment ratio is existing in our own country, and we need to increase to 50%. So there's a serious catch within that. There's serious issue within that. Ours is a country which is considered to be a country of what is called differentiation and diversity, you can say. Of course, diversity is a good kind of thing and positive. But when we see this thing in terms of the equality or in disadvantage or in terms of the marginalization, I think it becomes a challenge for any country. So even 26%, if you see, let us try to understand. Is it okay? Definitely not okay. Why it is not okay? That this is not all inclusive. This 26%, even we are thinking of 50%, how it could be made all inclusive? Means see our country, the structure of our own country. Majority of the population lives in the rural areas. Means 60 to 70% population lives in the rural, and whatever the institutions to which I have named, that they are existing, they are located in urban area. So helpless and the poor people are not able to send their children to the higher education or for acquiring education. So they are in a way excluded. So the problem can be analyzed, problem can be taken in terms of the rural-urban divide. So this is one dimension. The other dimension, we all know that women constitute 50% of the total population. So there's a gender discrimination, there's a serious gender gap. So their representation is not well taken so far. See, in my university, in summer, you must have heard that the previous vice chancellor was happened to be the woman, and she was the first woman vice chancellor of my university. Same thing happened in Jawaharlal Nehru University. So my university is 100 plus years old. So 100 years, one woman has been appointed. So if you see the top level positions, even the higher position, or for administration, even for labor participation, their representation is is a serious matter that they are not represented. They are in fact grossly underrepresented. So again, we need to see how we can make our society, our progress, our growth rate, our GER all inclusive. So that, and the problem is not only to these two dimensions. Take the third dimension. Those who are marginalized, those who are excluded, those who belong to the socially disadvantaged sections of the society, they are not reaping the benefits of what we call it, the progress, development, and whatever we are having. Of course, we cannot deny this fact that we have made progress almost in every every field, but that progress, that benefit of this progress has not gone to each and every sections of the society. So we need to address, we need to see all these challenges. And I have highlighted deliberately so that if you become the leader today and tomorrow, you will take all these issues into the consideration while formulating a policy. For unless until we formulate the policy, seeing and realizing all these issues, and unless until all these issues are taken into the consideration, I think we cannot think of all inclusive growth, all inclusive development, all inclusive GER, or whatever you say. So, how, as a teacher, how we need to make our class or convert our class into the inclusive class? So far, it is not. We all know that, because there's a challenge of exclusivity. There's a challenge of language. There's a challenge, many challenges we all are facing. So, as a teacher, we need to know all these nuances, and then we will be able to address this. So, when we talk of academic leadership, it doesn't
Sir,
mean that
sorry to interrupt you.
yes,
Uh, Sir, is there any presentation, sir?
presentation is there. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes, yes.
presentation is there. I will show you.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the background
Yes, 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 sir. Please
so
continue,
that
sir.
I could
Yes, sir.
present
Sorry
my.
for interruption, sir. Sorry
No,
for.
no issue, no issue. I think you have every right to interrupt whenever you feel like. So I'm just giving, or I'm highlighting all these issues so that I could relate my presentation to all this. Because my purpose of discussion and deliberation is to share some of the practical statistical facts and the figures. And whatever the facts I have shared, I remember because many times I have discussed with you, and my deliberation is should be taken in such a way that we all could feel motivated. So my purpose is to motivate you, to motivate to all of us, so that we could work in this direction in order to realize the cherished goals, cherished objectives of our great nation. So giving this background, let me now come to the main point, that what is academic leadership, how governance is important and management is important. As I again talking to you that how we are going to manage the population of our own country. Whenever we discuss population, spontaneously it goes to our mind that population is a problem, population is a liability. But if you see the many demographers theories and the principles, we get to know that I think you see, if we will be able to translate this population into the human resource, as we all know that India is in the stage of demography, means 66 or 70% plus population is in the age group of working age group, means 15 to 45 or 50. So they can be used by providing education, training, health. All these things are there. So we need to work in the field of education. We need to work in the field of health. How we can provide all this so that we will be able to translate. If we don't do it, definitely it will become the liability for any nation for that matter. And there's a history, there's empirical evidence that many country has proved the benefit. I am just sharing some of the other facts that we all know, since this is the area of my interest and specialization, as it was highlighted by you, that diaspora, we are talking a lot about diaspora, Indian diaspora and migration. So do you know the benefit of diaspora? I think China has already taken the benefit of its Chinese diaspora. So we have woken up a late, means 32 million Indians, PIO plus NRIs are estimated to be there. At the turn of the century, in 2000, when NDA government was in power and the prime minister of this country was at that time Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he constituted one committee called High Level Committee on Indian Diaspora. So that very high level committee visited almost every part of the world. So 126 countries were identified, and it was said that substantial number of Indian origin people or the Indian NRIs and PIOs were found, persons of Indian origin, those who have acquired the citizenship of that respect. Even then, they feel as their ancestors and they happen to be their origin is means motherland is India. So they have their own associations with India. So since thereafter, on the basis of diasporic, because when the committee report was submitted, I think we had the policy, diasporic, India's diasporic policy. Since then, we have been trying to tap or harness the benefit or to engage these Indian diaspora. And we are doing in this direction. So there would be benefit to which Indian diaspora is going to provide, because they have money, they have technology, they have everything. And India is the fertile ground for them, for their investment, for opening the university or the higher education institutes. So we are working, India is working in this direction. Because unless until we are going to do all these exercises, all these interchanges or interdependence and mutual kind of benefit, kind of consideration, collaboration, I think we will not be able to realize the dream, cherished dream of developed nation. So we need to work on different direction. But here I would like, and here again I am telling you the facts that India has acquired the first position in terms of the receipt of the remittances. Means India has become the first position, has acquired the first position since 2010. And if you see the total volume of remittances, that has gone up to 90 plus 90 billion US dollar, 95, it is going to touch 100 billion US dollar. So you all understand the importance and significance of remittances, which is considered the foreign exchange, as it is considered to be rather more stable than FDI, foreign direct investment. So India has benefited. How? Because due to this, our workers, our labor, our human resource are working in different parts of the world. And it is the data which has been provided by the World Bank that 18 million Indian migrant workers are working in different parts of the world, especially in the Gulf countries. So we are being benefited. So what is the need? Means, as I talked to you initially, that we need to translate or we need to form the what we call, we build the human capital in our own country, because we are sitting on population, potential population, which could be translated into the human capital or the human resource. So giving this kind of background, and here the role of the teachers, the role of academic staff, the role of academic leaders who are working in university or the colleges and holding the many key and the important positions, they need to play a very active role. So here the role of academic leadership and governance and how it is going to manage matters a lot. So giving this kind of background, let me now open the PPT so that I could now discuss with you in details about what is leadership, what is the quality of leadership, and what are the theories, and how these theories are applicable in academia. So and definitely we will discuss with you all these issues in details. Okay, just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Full screen is
Let us,
visible.
let us now, let us now, so how I am going to discuss, so what is the structure of my presentation? So what I can do, I will keep speaking till 5:25, and 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes will be given for your remarks, for your own questions. And thereafter, we will have the small break. I think, is there any scope for a small break, technical break? Is it like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will have the break for 10 minutes. Thereafter, And then it's in the second aspect, we will discuss the remaining portion of my governance presentation. So I'm just, because we all are mature, we all have grown matured. So already we have discussed the background. Why, what is the need of academic leadership? Means effective leadership. So before going to that, I think we will try to understand what is the meaning of leadership, qualities of a good leader, and thereafter we will discuss about the concept of academy, and then few experiential learning. An effective teacher is a good leader, because here we are discussing, so it is interchangeable, means leader and the teacher, because every day when we will discuss with you, when I will discuss, you will get to know there will be no difference between teacher and the leader. Here in academics, I'm talking to you all, because here we are going to talk about the management and the governance of education. If we will manage our education system, to which we call it the third largest, I think I am dead sure that we will achieve the target of what we are looking forward to have, the Vikshit Bharat or the developed nation. Because if you see the growth, annual growth rate, it is very satisfactory. And of course, it is said that if we increase to 8%, for having 8% annual growth rate, we will be able to achieve that target. And here, as an academic, we need to discuss what are the catch within that. Only statistics and the growth are not going to be, is not going to realize this issue. So let me now discuss with you what is basically all this is again very, very important that we need to discuss with all of you. Yes, I think it is okay. It is readable and it is visible to all of you. आप देख रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let us. So let me now try to explain it. So here I am going to use some of the quotations, some of the statements to discuss with you, not the typical leadership definition. We all know, we all have grown mature. So what basically John Quincy Adams has said, how he has understood this leadership, means it is said that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, it means you are a leader. So, what do we do in our classroom situation? We, the professors, we, the academics, we, the researchers, basically, as the role of the as a role of researcher, what do? We generate, we produce knowledge, we produce new perspective, new ideas, new innovation, what we do. And when we produce all these things, when we create all, we go to the class and project the same to the students, to the coming generation. So basically, we motivate as we go to the class, say, yes, if you do these kind of things, I think you will achieve this target in your life. So this is a relation between teachers and taught, which is also called mentor and mentee. So our actions, our deeds, our deliberation, our delivery, our transaction is going to inspire. And we all know that many teachers to whom we have been taught in the past, they are the role model for us. We still remember, we all know that how important they are, how they have saved our life. And it is well said that destiny of any society, for that matter, is created in the classroom, means shaped in the classroom. So the role of the teacher is always, should be always considered to be a leader. So we play whatever it has been said, means our actions, our deeds, our deliberations are going to inspire the coming generation or to the students. So according to this statement, by quotation, we fall into the category of the leadership. We are playing our role. We are the leader of the class. We are the leader of the university. Leader not in that sense, because when we discuss about the leadership, our mind is what spontaneously go to the to go to the, I think, wrong direction, in the sense that those who are playing the role as a student, or they go into the our parliament or the assembly. This is not the same. I think academic means you are going to inspire, you As I am speaking to you, you all are listening to me. You are trying to grasp whatever I am saying, whether I am saying good thing, whether my derivation is good or bad. You are analyzing this. So our intellect, our mind is going to understand. So let me now proceed further because time is, you all know that very sometimes, always, or not something, always there is a crisis of the time. As we look ahead into the next century, means this 21st century, leaders will be those who empower others. See, means Bill Gates, very important personality, who is, of course, he is the Mughal. You all know that in the business circuit, we all know that. So basically, in this contemporary age, in the education age, in this information technology age, those who are having the knowledge, those who are basically uh, having this knowledge is power. And basically, let me tell you that. Here it is said that we all have a symbol here, means to empower ourselves. So we go to the class and we try to translate the knowledge, transmit the knowledge, so that students can become powerful. Those who are holding the knowledge is powerful today. So knowledge is power today. I think if you analyze, so again, we are basically the leader, and we are powerful or empowered. The next definition is given by Warren Bennis. What he said actually, leadership is the nothing but the capacity to translate vision into the reality. Whatever we are having is not good enough unless until we translate that dream as our target, as our vision is to realize or to convert of what we call it to a developed nation. So if we will convert India, or if we take India into the category of the developed nation, it means we are playing our role. So if we fail it, you can understand. So giving this kind of background or this definition or this quote is a statement, I think I'm sure that I am able to what we call it, to explain it to you. What is the meaning? What is the essence? What is the role of a leader or academic leader? So when you put in the academic thing, so one prefix would be added, that is called academic. So how does and how is going to make difference by putting a prefix? We will see to it. First of all, let us try to understand what are the styles. Leadership, we all have our own style. So what are the common styles that we need to discuss? And we can place ourselves, where do we basically fall? So what these styles are like, coach, we all know that means recognizes strengths and the weaknesses, help people, set goals, and provides a lot of feedback. If we are doing the, I think it is possible in the university, it is possible in sports, it is possible everywhere. And the other style is called visionary style, means to manage through inspiration and the confidence. And we as a teacher have these elements, this trait, that we often go to the class. All the time we say many good things. Sometimes we also try. Yes, you have the stamina, you have the capability, you have the talent to become the IS, you have the talent to become a extraordinary teacher, you have the capacity and aptitude to become the good researcher, and you have this kind of caliber to achieve this. We often say to our students, why students is considered with the parent, because our job is our relation is not only professional, but we go beyond that, means very personal, let me tell you. So we try, as we also, the one of the qualities of a teacher is to be empathetic, means empathy. Being empathy or holding empathy is one of the very important ingredients of a good teacher or effective teacher. So visionary, servant, and autocratic and authoritarian. We all know that. Some you can understand what are the elements that should be there. Means if I take all the decision unilaterally, as a principal, as a vice chancellor, as a teacher, let me tell you, we hardly consider our advices, our opinions of someone else. If we hold some sort of faculty meeting, if you hold some sort of meeting, and whatever I have decided, if I am going to going to abide by that, I think it is autocratic. Sometimes we say the ex-vice chancellor, the ex-principal is very authoritarian. He or she takes whatever decision, whatever he likes. So hardly take advices and opinions. So it could be one of the styles. So where can we place ourselves? We can understand. And then we all know that when our style, our temperament is democratic, means we are going to consider the recommendations, advices, opinions of other before making any kind of decision. See, and it has become the need of the day in this contemporary very complex society. If we are going to become democratic, if we are going to follow this laissez-faire style, and these all are common. So even more than that style could be there, but definitely elements of democratic elements would be there. In addition, in contradiction to that, what we call it, we say that that would be autocratic, despotic, many terminology we give it. And bureaucratic, we all know that means we become the follower of only the rules and the regulation. How much time it would take? So it becomes, when we say in an it is bureaucratic. The bureaucratic, it's very difficult to get rid of the bureaucratic hassles. So here, how we can follow the democratic style is really important. So what are the theories basically? So I will not dwell upon much more in details. If I start discussing one theory, it would take 3 hours for that. So I will very quickly going to run through. And definitely my purpose is to sensitize us, not more than that. With this given time, I am sure and I know that what we can do to inspire ourselves, to motivate ourselves, or to sensitize ourselves. What are the things that is required? And here my purpose is also to sensitize to all of us so that we could continue our research. Only with the help of the research, with our own perspective, I think we will be able to serve our country, our nation, and we will realize the cherished goal. So here it is said that I think it is the matter of, you all know, 19th century, in the middle of 19th century, Thomas Carlyle, who has proposed the great man theory at that time. And the crux of the theory is that leaders are born, not created, not made. What he said, it is genetic, it is divine, it is hereditary. Means leadership passes from generation to generation, family to family. It can never be acquired. It can never. So this is that was the principle to which he has written. And if you see this other person, means a Stockdale, who talk what are the traits. Of course, it is not genetic, but traits are important, elements are important, qualities are important. He has given a list, a huge number of list. What would be the traits that is required to become a leader? And in addition to this, so not much definition and not much change you will find in the trait theory which has been given by this Stockdale. And of course, both emphasize on the qualities. Traits are important. You need to generate. If a little bit difference is there, whether it could be by the help of training, education, you can acquire, but in the first theory, not. And it has a lot of problem, and this theory has been completely, let me tell you, completely rejected today, because now behavioral theory has come into the picture, and it says that actions are important. Action speaks more than idealism. You all know that. So if you have the quality, even then, if you are not translating or putting into the actions, means you are not an effective leader. So according to behavioral, because many studies have been done in the United States of America, and they have come with the idea in the 70s, in the late 50s and 70s. So many theories have come that has rejected the earlier theory that no, quality matters to a certain extent. It can be acquired, it can be made. Means with the help of training and education, I think this is where leadership or effective leadership has been created. And it will created. It's not only it is genetic, not only the traits that important. So here, contingency theory. So I will be very quick because time is short. We three things are very important: traits, behavior, and the situation. Combination of all means contingency. Even you, if you wish to take the uh, behave, if your actions are there, traits are there, even situation sometimes creates impediments. So situation matters. See the situation, why it is matter. Those Indians who have left India and they are working in NASA and many other places, they have done wonders. Why? Because the situation allows us, allows them. But see the impediments. If as often we say that in my university or someone university, academic culture, teaching culture, research culture is missing. So you, even if you are intelligent and passionate enough, you have all the quality, you don't deliver the goods. So contingency situation becomes very, and transformation, you all know charismatic theory, we all know that I think this theory states that one possesses some extraordinary and exceptional qualities, and many examples are there which are available in our own country and some countries also. And then transformational theory states that yes, only with the help of good work and hard work, and definitely the charismatic personality, charismatic leader is expected to bring a transformation in the society. So, what is basically the crux? What is the all this? So, these points must be taken into consideration while we need to understand the leadership personality traits. We cannot deny actions, environment, situation, and of course decision making. Unless until you take the decision, means you all know the decision making or decision, how it is important, how we need to take the app decision is again very important. How input is received, how relationships are basically maintained. These are the elements that must be taken into account, and these could be only seen with the help of the role of the leadership theories. And so, in a nutshell, what basically we need to see these qualities of an effective leader. What is this actually? Means these four elements become very important, whether it is genetic, whether you can acquire, but these issues, these elements, these points need to be cultivated or inculcated in the personality of the leader, effective leader. What is this? Flexibility, and then empathy, decisiveness, and communication skills. When we go to attend any kind of training anywhere, I think there's always a scope, there's always lecture on communication skills. I think this is very important for really communication skills, soft skills, and how you are going to take the decision, how appropriate. See, many vice chancellor you must have seen, many principals you must have witnessed in your life. You have seen that they have failed, although they were very, what we call it, very gentle, but taking the decision not at the right time become the big issue in the university. If some sort of law and order issue is created in the university or in the campus of the colleges or the university, you need to take the very delicate and very appropriate decision. If it is beyond, if something more, I think there will be problem. If you don't take the, then there. So here, your quality, your wisdom matters, your experience and wisdom matters a lot. So these all elements are very, very important. How rigid sometimes that vice chancellor is stubborn. That's very rigid. He or she is very rigid. So if you are rigid, I am rigid, I think everywhere we are going to fail. I think to become a good leader, to effective leader, it becomes very important. And even if for a teacher, for a good teacher, let me tell you, today, how you are going to accept, how you are going to create the class which would be gender sensitive, and which would be what we call it learner centric or student centric. I think for that, you need to be very flexible. Sometimes what happens if somebody is coming to your class, you don't allow. You means me or anybody doesn't tell. I think this is, let me tell you, this is purely my personal opinion. And I'm just reiterating and saying that we need to be very flexible. If you wish to have the effective teaching, I think you don't. I think you did not to emphasize too much on time. Exactly. I think this is very much possible. Otherwise, there will be some sort of. You all know that stress, psychological stress, some stress. I'm observing because I also take the class. I see. So how flexible you are. And see, sometimes if the students are not in a mood to be taught, not to take the not to be taken the class by you on certain valid ground, reasonable ground. But we become very stubborn. We become very no, 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 no. You, if you wish to attend the class, you attend. Otherwise, I'm going. I think in the academia, see the spirit of academia. I think here it is said that how flexible you are. See, sometimes it is said that. Teachers are not taught, hardly they go to the class. See, if we are engaged really in true sense of the term, we don't have the time. All the time, our job, our responsibility is not start from 9, it will end by 5. I think even if tomorrow is a class, I think we the whole night sometimes we, if I go to the seminar, you must be going to the seminar. If the whole night, nobody's, hello, hello. So let
Yes, sir.
me saying something. So let me continue. So qualities of an effective leader is very, very means excellent communication skill. This is taking decision at the appropriate time. And here empathy. I think that is the most important according to my understanding that this is the most empathy is putting yourself into the someone place means a student place and try to understand his agony, his requirement, his aspiration. I think if we do this kind of exercise, if we have this kind of element, I think then we will be able to understand the requirement, or we can one yesterday somebody told me that so all this is all right, but how can we motivate the students who are not motivated, demotivated, they hardly mentally present in the class. Yes, it's a challenge, but if we start playing our due role in true some sense of the term, I am sure that the students are going to take the interest, because you know that we are working in the developing countries. So so many issues are there. They say they see their future not very bright. Unemployment, so many issues are there. So taking this environment into the mind, we all try and we should try to take them into the right direction, so that and our job is not only to transact the knowledge, but to work as a counselor, to work as the father or parents. I think if we are going to discharge this all responsibility, I'm sure that the students are going to, and how we are going to make our classroom much more impactful. Using by using all these modern teaching aids or technology, I think we can have the maximum impact. At the same time, we also know that with this we can also understand the diversity, means managing diversity in the classroom. Means there are some students who are fast learner. Of course, there would be the group of students who would be slow learner, average learner. And here we need to pace the target, take the target, or see the our I think position our lecture so that it could be impactful for each and every person. So this is the dynamism I think one effective leader or effective teacher need to develop. And by doing this thing, I think if we have passionate enough for this profession, I am sure that this is going to happen. So taking this into the mind, I think let us now proceed further to see this academic leadership. One more word has been added, that is academic. So how it is going to change the dimension or the orientation of the leadership. Means you all know that the vice chancellor, registrar, all this, they are considered to be the academic leader, academic administrator, or academic leadership. Means even the assistant registrar and all. And here it becomes very important to discuss with you that higher education over here is passing through a very serious crisis. Means quality is a serious concern. So unless until it is the system, so all the time and any time, the only teaching staff means faculty should not be held responsible, because of course it is important dimension, it is one of the important stakeholders, but at the same time, take the people of the management level, I think they are equally responsible, and they are the other stakeholders. Take the example of administrative staff and of course support staff and the middle level functionary. So many layers, so many groups are there. They all need to be trained. They all need to give this kind of exposure, so that our academic institution or our academic institutions are the level, standard, quality of academic quality could be enhanced, could be improved only by teacher. Of course, they are important, no doubt about that. But equally important, at least other stakeholders are also there. So we need to take into the account as we are talking of governance. When we talk of governance and the management, it is the function of each and every one.
चांगला आहे लिहून देतो हो देन चांगला आहे ना काही असं टीव्ही गिव्ही काही नाही ना
Can I request some of my colleagues who have, I think, unmuted their mic? There's a disturbance due to their putting their mic on. So it is disturbing in the sense that they create a lot of problem, in the sense that the audio will not be good. So many friends are listening. Kindly cooperate. So let me now proceed further. May I request now, please?
खोकला कंटिन्यू आहे हो
Professor Santosh. Hello.
When they will give mom, then I will begin. By that time,
Professor Santosh.
Santosh ji, can I request you to kindly unmute your audio? Already I have told you that you can put your video on if you wish to put something, but audio should be off. When you speak, I think then you can. Ji Santosh ji. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I hope, let me now discuss 5-10 minutes, and then we will ask you to, or if you wish to ask some questions, I will be very happy to answer your questions first, and then we'll go. I think all the time, not, I think, let us try to make it a two-way process. So ask me some questions, because at one stage I have already, we have reached. So many things are still left, but we will, after taking up your question, I will proceed further. ठीक है? निखिल जी? निखिल जी?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you have any question, or किसी के पास कोई भी question हो, whatever I have discussed, I will be very happy and delighted to take up your question. Or the comments, not question, comments, observation, because already I have discussed a lot of things. Even beyond my slide, beyond my points, I have discussed the entire scenario of higher education. I have talked about demographic dividend. I have talked about GER. I have talked about the NEP. What is basically NEP is a very important document, and that is going to stay for us, to all of us, for many years to come. So we need to study, we need to understand deeply, critically, so that we will be able to, if some position, some membership, if we get it, we can play our proactive role in that one. Yes. Can I proceed further? Or you need to put some question. You need to give your own comments. Otherwise, I can speak for 3, 4, 5 hours. That's not the problem. And the problem is that something should come from your side. So rather, it will be very enlightening and very educative for me also. Yes, please. Nikhil ji or anybody. I think here it is showing that we all are How many?
72, sir.
So tell me please, कोई क्वेश्चन है या हम आगे बढ़े, आप बताएं।
आगे
मुझे
बढ़िए।
तो मुझे तो अच्छा लगेगा कि आप लोग क्वेश्चन पूछिए, कुछ भी, एनीथिंग यू विश टू नो, देन आई विल मूव। अदरवाइज स्लाइड्स, ये सारी चीजें तो बात कर ही लेंगे, वो दैट्स नॉट द इशू। इशू इज you generate some questions, you generate some debate. So I will be rather feel so good about that if you ask any questions. You put me in some discomfort position, so I will be again very happy. Yes, please. Anything, please?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Can I ask in Hindi, sir?
अरे क्यों नहीं यार, कैसी बात कर रहे हैं, हमको भी हिंदी आती है, बिल्कुल हिंदी में पूछिए।
Okay,
अभी
thank you, sir. Thank you.
आप
सर,
यहाँ नहीं
जैसा मैंने
पूछेंगे, कहाँ
इंट्रोडक्शन में
पूछेंगे
सुना
बताइए।
था,
जी बताएं।
सर जैसा मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन में सुना था कि आपने मास्टर्स की है सोशियोलॉजी और इकोनॉमिक्स,
हम्म।
तो आप किस सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड फैकल्टी है, मतलब सोशियोलॉजी फैकल्टी है या इकोनॉमिक्स की, और हमारा सोशियोलॉजी या इकोनॉमिक्स जो भी सोशल साइंसेस है एनईपी के अंदर वो किस सब्जेक्ट से कोलैबोरेट हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि अ, जो एनईपी के अंदर जो कोलैबोरेशन विथ अदर सब्जेक्ट्स है, तो
हम्म।
सोशियोलॉजी या इकोनॉमिक्स ये किसके साथ कोलैबोरेट हो सकते हैं,
आप
ये
मुझसे
मेरा सवाल।
मुझसे पूछ रहे हैं। आप देखिए, अगर जब वो
जी
डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ेंगे ना तो आप पाएंगे, और ये ऑलरेडी वेस्ट में डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में हो चुका है, और उसका कोई ये नहीं है कि वहाँ हो गया है इसीलिए यहाँ होना चाहिए। नाउ द टाइम हैज कम that there should be dismantling of boundary like political science, sociology, or economics. You know why? There's a logic, and it is clearly said that all the academic institutions, like all university and the college, would be interdisciplinary oblique multidisciplinary by 2035. 2035 तक जितनी भी
You are not audible, sir.
थिंक इट्स नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम।
I think power connection is off, electricity off.
हेलो हेलो
हॅलो अंकित सर. हॅलो.
हाँ सर.
हॅलो
हेलो.
अंकित सर. Anybody from HRDC?
हॅलो.
सोळंके सर नमस्कार.
हा नमस्कार सर. काही ऐकायला येत नाहीये.
नाही नाही मला वाटतं ते सर डिस्कनेक्ट झालेले आहेत काहीतरी, म्हणून
सर
अंकित सर
बहुतेक
कंडक्ट करतात.
हा सर्वांना सेम प्रॉब्लेम येतोय.
अंकित सर मला असं वाटतं की अंकित सरांकडे आहे ते नाही आहेत वाटते.
अरे अडलोक सर,
हा.
त्याची स्क्रीन शेअर करा तुम्ही आणि करून द्या बरोबर आवाज.
नाही पण ते डिस्कनेक्ट झाले आहे ना स्वतः.
सर आता
HRDC
ते दोघांनाही ते जे होस्ट होते सर तेच बाहेर पडलेत, त्याच्यामुळे ते आता
हा हा
परत हीच लिंक त्यांना होईल का नाही ते पॉसिबल म्हणजे वाटत नाही सर
हा.
बहुतेक.
हो सर. रिसोर्स पर्सनच नाही आहे याच्यामध्ये म्हणजे
हा हा त्यामुळे सर्वांना तो सेम प्रॉब्लेम येतोय.
हा.
अंकित सर त्यांना जरा फोन करा ना.
अंकित सर नाही आहेत मला असं
फोन
वाटते
केला म्हणजे ते
ऑनलाईन.
पुन्हा
जेटी
ऑनलाईन
राठोड सर
नाही
आहेत
ते.
का? हॅलो जेटी राठोड सर.
अतिक सरांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा. विकास सर,
हा.
अतिक सरांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा. आहे का नंबर?
प्रतीक सरांचा नंबर आहे.
पहा ना
नाही पण
ते
हे
त्यांना करा.
इथे इथे अंकित
नाही पण
ठाकूर सर आहेत ना.
अंकित सरांकडे
हा.
रेहमान सरांचा नंबर
सरांचा
असेल ना,
कॉन्टॅक्ट
तर
करा.
त्यांना
हो हो त्यांना.
हा रेहमान सरांनाच डायरेक्ट कॉन्टॅक्ट करू द्यात ना.
ते करत असतील ना. मला असं वाटतं की ते अंकित सर करत असतील त्यांना कॉन्टॅक्ट. एक मिनिट बघतो.
अंकित सरांचा नंबर आहे का सर? अडलोक सर.
हो आहे, लावतो एक मिनिट.
बरं.
Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Yes,
Hello.
good evening.
गुड इव्हनिंग सर. गुड
I'm
इव्हनिंग
so
सर.
sorry. I am sitting in the university. See the situation in Delhi. Light power has gone up, so I have become empty-handed, powerless.
येस
Power has gone, so I have become powerless,
नो प्रॉब्लेम सर. प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर.
So
नो प्रॉब्लेम.
just
Okay, sir. Okay.
just connected with the mobile. So I'm
प्लीज
trying.
कंटिन्यू सर.
Please. I'm just continuing it. So just a minute, please. I think. So are you watching this?
येस सर.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just continuing because sometimes we become very helpless. So, although I'm sitting in not at home, but sitting at the university in the office, and this kind of situation has arisen. I don't know, some big fault it might be. So let me now continue with you that we were talking about academic leadership. That there is some definition. According to Sartre, what he stated about the academic leadership is a special case of general leadership in as much as it refers to a leadership and academic setting or the institution. The other definition is academic leadership is based on authority which are placed in the individual personal characteristics and expertise, which is an ability to win over followers in the collegial culture of the academy, while management is based on authority which are being placed in the position. So let me now what happened? Hello? Hello?
येस सर. प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर. प्लीज कंटिन्यू.
Yes, I think some problem with this. Yes, now the light has come. No worry. Just you give me a minute, please. Now the power has come. So just I'm switching over to that one. So you give me a minute, please. It's okay?
येस सर. येस सर.
Give me a minute, please.
Again disconnected. Hello, sir. Are you there?
व्हॉट्सअप घेऊन लावायचं आहे. ओके. कसं पाठवशील? कळलं. Reason. Oh. मंडेला
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm so sorry. You know that it
Hello, sir.
like anything.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Now it's okay. Huh? Let us now move on. It's okay now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us now move on. Otherwise, unnecessary time has. You all know that. It's okay. So now let us move on. Academic leadership at institutional level. What is the role and the function of academic leadership? Is to include administering the academic departments by recruiting and orienting faculty and other staff, creating a supportive and producing work culture. Basically, this is the function of academic leadership. We know all pretty well is to provide services and support to the other department and entire university or the college campus, and also to implement multiple effective teaching approaches and styles appropriate for a students learning, and help to support and conduct a scholarly research, performing all activities with the help of all faculty members as a team. So this is the function, collective function of academic leadership in the university. So leadership is in fact a broader concept. We all know already, we have understood, where authority does not reside in one person, but it can be distributed among different position holders like registrar, deputy registrar, finance officer, and of course at the top of the echelon, vice chancellor is sitting. So here it becomes very important to see academic leadership can encompass all these people who are occupying many or various positions as principals, deputy assistant registrar, and all that. So it becomes very important to know how it is going to play an effective role. Means it plays a key role in improving classroom practices, policies. I hope you all are and connections between different institutions and the outside world. I hope you all are getting my points.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. So let me now discuss with you what is the general leadership, which means to provide the academic culture, as we often say that it is missing. So effective leadership, or the meaning of effective leadership, is to provide the work culture, congenial culture, or friendly culture, so that teaching, research, or any kind of activities can take place. So this is and where we basically need to improve. So why, how we can improve, we will see to further. So these are the qualities that must be cultivated among the vice chancellor, among the every position holder in the university or the college, like even the teacher. Everybody is supposed, because sometimes we teach as a leader. Leader means as teacher, and sometimes we become coordinator, sometimes we become deputy coordinator, sometimes we take the charge of warden, provost, vice chancellor. Many positions are there. So as a collective, what is basically the requirement we are supposed to inculcate or cultivate? These are the 5 points. Already we have discussed, many we were discussing about the general academic leadership, means effective academic leadership. What were they? Flexibility, decisiveness, and what are the other two things? Do you remember? What were the 4 qualities to be discussed of an effective leader? What were the qualities? 4 qualities we discussed. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
बताएं आप.
Flexibility,
Yes.
empathy, decisiveness, and communication.
Yes. So the same
Sir,
thing.
may I request you?
हाँ
Sir,
बताएं.
your PPT is not visible.
It's not visible. You're just
Yeah.
okay. Give me a minute, please. You give me a minute, please. If it's not visible, you give me a minute, please. Okay, it's not visible. Now it's visible.
Yeah, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This power has disrupted our functioning, you know. But we as an Indian must develop the habit to work in every condition, in every situation. And this is the leadership India needs, and this is the leadership we basically produce in our own country. And just before going to further elaborate, let me tell you, I think it's a matter of 20 years back when I was in the academic staff. Recently, I have moved to this center. Otherwise, I was there and I spent for 2.5 decades, 24, 25 years. I spent my life in that center. So it's a matter of 2000 or 2001. One Japanese professor came to Delhi. So we roped him here to deliver a lecture in this kind of program. At that time, orientation program was going on. So Japanese professor came to the academic, it was called Academic Staff College. He was a renowned professor. And he brought his presentation in the PPT like this. So what happened today, same situation arose at that time. And he was to speak for 90 minutes around. And the entire period of his deliberation, light went off before he started, light went off, power was gone. So what happened? What I observed that time I was I think I was the assistant professor. So basically, what I observed that he was not able to speak. Even he didn't go to the class. So the entire class or his lecture went invalid, or he was not able to speak. So what I am telling you, had we not been connected, had I been would have been there, I think this kind of situation we easily outsmarted, in the sense that without light, without anything, we could deliver our goods as we do it. But here you see, I think in Japan or even Europe, you cannot imagine that light would go for an hour or 2 hours. So this situation is not there. Hence, we are saying that we need to take our country at that level, means at par with other developed countries. So we need to do a lot of things. Only on paper, if we do everything, the things are not going to move in the right direction. And of course, when the leaders or the academic institutions will lead by a visionary leader or effective leader, definitely we will do some transformation in our own society, which has become the need of the day. So it becomes very inevitable to work very hard so that we will be able to achieve this target. We will be able to fulfill our dream. So here, the 5 points or 5 elements have been given, means how we are going to cultivate, how we are going to develop these skills. Like a leader or effective leader must have excellent communication skills. When we say that communication skills is not only this one, that I can speak any language very fluently. That's not the only communication. How you are going to communicate, how you are going to establish the relation between the audience, means the students, and you. How attentively they are going to listen to your student, our student, how attentive they are, and the way how you are putting the things. So the role of communication is indeed very important. See, our tone, let me tell you one thing again. This is coming from my own inner heart, in the sense that if you see, we all are seeing a lot of conflict and then war or fights, everything. Do you know the reason why it happens? Even there is a conflict between the two. Sometimes you observe that there is no any kind of concrete ground. Sometimes we fight. Sometimes we do unnecessary due to our inflated ego. You understand? Na? Sometimes in the name of self-respect, we try to justify it. But if the ego is one of the very important, even fighting between the two, war between the two nations or war between the whole world. So why? If it is not so, see what happened after the Second World War, was over in 1945. We started talking about bringing peace, stability in the entire region. And many UN bodies came into the were established in order to address all these challenges. So my point is that how come how you are humble, humane, you means me or anybody, it matters a lot. How you are going to win over your students, your audience, it matters a lot. The role of communication is very, very important. Being proactive. So what is the meaning of proactive? Can you explain it to me? We often say and we often use this word proactive. Can you respond to it?
Yeah, we shall come up with our own ideas and reflections before anyone asks for us.
Yes, yes. Means if I take the decision as a leader, as a teacher, I should not wait that it will come or the result would come. We need to go and search I think achieve the outcome of that one. If I want to translate or if I want to make the future of the students, we want to not only see, we want to act in that way. Means our active role, proactive role, our means we should, yes, I have written a letter to the Vice Chancellor, and he or she will take the action according to his wish, according to his, whenever he has the time, he will take the decision in order to ameliorate, in order to repair the class or to do something like that. If I leave, it means I'm not playing our active or proactive role. If I start following it, where it has gone, track it and go it and try to convince it and try to put the things in the right direction. It means we are playing our proactive role. At the university level, at the college level, at any level, I think we all are a leader. So if we, I think you all understand, you all experience that if you write a letter as a head, as a faculty, nothing is going to happen. I know you about your university, about my university or any, things have not moved in that direction unless until you start following, yes, I will get it done. So it means proactive role, means I am not only officially concerned with it. I am all for to get it done. Whatever the situation will arise, I will face it. So in that situation, if excellent communication, I think things will, you will get your work done. If we start doing, oh छोड़ो भाई उससे क्या है, ठीक है अब है वो आ जाएगा तो करेंगे देखेंगे, we'll see to it. It is the responsibility of the vice chancellor, it is the responsibility of the registrar, it is the responsibility of someone. If he takes 2 months, what matters? I'm not going to incur any kind of loss. It is the loss of someone else or the institution. So here it becomes very important. Leaders means you need to do your work or get your work done by anyhow, by any means. Any means doesn't mean the illegal means. I mean, you put a lot of knowing when to take the risk. Risk is always, and resilience, according to time, place, and condition. Again, over there, we talk about flexibility. Here, resilient. Both are by and large similar. Passion for what you do. See, that is the most important quality of a teacher, effective leader. I think unless until you have the passion to deliver the good, to teach your students, to translate, or to make the future of students, I think if you have the passion, yes, I need to do it by our own satisfaction. Where does the satisfaction come from? So these five elements become very, very important, I think, inevitable for an academically effective academic leadership. If any vice chancellor, any registrar, for any director or any, I think, principal would have these five qualities in true sense of the term, definitely he or she would do a lot to take the university, to take the college at the higher pedestal or to at the top. Then we can see. So this, how it can be cultivated. Again, I think passion, Motivation. Where does the motivation come from? I think passion gives. We will see to it. So let me now proceed further. Means in order to cultivate all these qualities, what we have discussed, and already we have discussed that teachers are not born, leaders are not born. All the time they are not. You must be saying that yes, there are some teachers who are charismatic. There are some leaders who are charismatic. They have the innate quality to speak so well. They have the personality and aura to impress upon the other kind of students or the audience. But it doesn't mean that all need to do this. I think it can be cultivated with the help of education, with the help of training, with the help of expert. Had it not been there, tell me, what is the need of training of this kind orientation, NEP orientation and sensitization? What is the need? What is the need of FIP? What is the need of refresher courses? What is the need to go to attend the workshop and conference at the national level, even at the international level? We give a lot. I think we get a lot of exposure. Our mental horizon, our faculty horizon is widened by interacting a lot of people. Here, same thing is happening. Let me tell you, same thing is happening. We are learning from each other. So maximum we learn from the peer group. So need for training is again very important to discharge this kind, to inculcate this kind of training. See, I think exposure is very important. All the time we say that you go to a very other places, and if you have the exposure, if you have attended many seminars, conferences, I think it will be reflected in your personality, in your attitude, in your articulation. It matters. So training plays a very important role wherever it is, not only in academia, but anywhere in any service for that matter. Previously, this kind of provision was not there in the university system. You all know that. Only for B.Ed, M.Ed, this kind of training was there. But so far as the case of higher education was concerned, we did not have. But since independence, we started talking that there would be some type of a structure or the institution which could provide the opportunity to all the teachers, like all of us, to come one by one and join and share our rambling thoughts, experiences, share our knowledge. So this was born. Basically, Academic Staff College was born in 1986. Education policy, 8745 Academic Staff College were established under the aegis of different university and the colleges. All it was spread, and it is the new avatar of the UGC HRDC, and previously it was Academic Staff College 45, then 66, and now 111. So they are catering the professional requirements of the teacher, like all of us. So we are imparted training, we are being given a lot of exposure on variety of issues, contemporary issues and the challenges, as we all are exchanging our ideas. So let us now proceed further that in the university system, of course, there is a, you all know that chance. Sometimes, I think gone are the days long back, we did not have this kind of rotational kind of headship, deanship, directorship. It was not so. Once you become, means your ancestors used to become, till retirement, he or she continued at that time. But so is not the case. I think this is the opportunity which would be given to it. So we became a little bit democratic. So 2 years, 3 years kind of tenure has been implemented in the university system. So that was the only way out to learn about administration. But now this kind of training provides this opportunity to learn and to implement. When we get this chance, otherwise 2 years, it takes 2 years to learn. As you have learned, by that time your tenure would be over. So this kind of situation. But now a lot of media, lot of platforms are there on which we can learn, and we are learning. Okay, so through this training, what basically there's a linkages with the concepts and the framework of academic leadership, and it also provides to analyze many policies and the programs provided by Government of India, how we need to be very critical. Critical doesn't mean that only the shortcomings. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? If it is going to implement it. हेलो, हाँ वालेकुम सलाम, हम बात कर रहे हैं तो आ गया बहुत पहले। नहीं बहुत देर हो गया, बहुत हम तो बात आई एम टॉकिंग टू देम, वो तो जल्दी आ गए। नहीं नो नो इशू, नो इशू, नो इशू, नो इशू, चलिए आई एम टॉकिंग। ओके ओके। So there is call from your director that what I said that now it's okay. Now we are working. So here, effectively implement policies in their respective fields. So these are the platform through, and also to enhance their interpersonal skills and optimum resource utilization. We all learn. Means there's a training, there's a orientation that about the financial management. So we as a teacher, we are as academic, we know much more about, but so far as the case of management of higher education, management of your own academic institution becomes very tiresome, that we don't know the basic and elementary kind of things. We do it and we learn it by making mistake or by our own experiences. But when we come to this kind of gathering, I think we learn. So here utilize effective evaluation procedure and assessing institutional performance, and utilize financial management techniques for effective orientation of the program of the university and the colleges. Yes. So here, let me tell you that this is also important that the teachers can get the chance to visit other institutions, as we all know that. So this becomes very training has evolved in the academic circle or in academia or in higher education as a rescuer. As we are now thinking that let us hold this kind of meeting and let us give the exposure to E. And do you know what is the mandate which has been given to the given to this academic staff, the then academic staff called now MMTTC? 15 lakh teachers are there in our own university system. 15 lakhs, 1.5 million teachers, higher education teachers are there. Government of India has taken the initiative to impart training, mean to give the sensitization and the orientation concerning National Education Policy 2020. And it is thought and well thought that if we take the help, if we give the exposure to the teachers, I think this policy will be implemented maximally, let me tell you. And we all know that we are one of the best breed in the world so far as the case of formulation of policy is concerned. But you understand at the implementation level what happens. You all know that. You know the consequences, what happens at the implementation level. So this is again very, very important to understand all this relevance, importance, significance as how to, and let me tell you that this program is basically the new avatar of that LEAP, Leadership for Academician program. And at that time, it was the heading of that program, that LEAP, Leadership for Academicians program. Basically, the philosophy behind program was to create or to cultivate or to motivate the senior most faculty, means 10 professor, so that they could, when they take the charge of their university VC positions and the top level positions, they can work in the right direction. See, here it's a 8 days program, and it is not only made for the newly appointed university and the college professor. It is for everybody, for me, for you, for everybody. I think this is important. So here again, it becomes very important that let us now move on to discuss about what is basically the usual definition of a good teacher. We all are a teacher. First of all, the core competency of university academic is teaching. Of course, we cannot deny this fact that there's a equally important role, that is making generation of knowledge, means production of knowledge is equally important. Unless until we produce something, create something, or seek some sort of new kind of perspective, I think we will not be able to discharge our responsibility in an effective manner. So here it is said, in the beginning, I said to you that when we talk of academic leadership, directly or even directly, we are going to talk about the qualities of a leader, of a teacher. Because first and foremost thing is that we are a teacher. And we are going as a leader, as a good teacher, effective teacher, we are going to create the future of this great nation. And we all know that everybody passes through this media, in the sense that education is one of the system. Of course, the political system, not only the administrative system, so many systems are working within a society, and they all are interconnected, intermingled. So we cannot see, yeah, those politicians, those administrators, or anybody, they all have gone through this education system, either graduation, PG, or whatever. So here, unless until we ensure quality in higher educations, means excellence, how to bring the excellence in education, so that if anybody goes through this, he she will become the better citizen, or good citizen, for global citizen, or for Indians, for anybody. How, because the whole world is now globalized, so it becomes very important that we as a teacher, what kind of role we are going to play and we are playing. So let me now revisit this thing. So what is the management part? Not only management, curriculum, and just instructional strategy and student motivation. Broadly speaking, these are the usual function, good function, usual function, and better function for a good teacher. I think it is good word has been written. It is qualified, and we all learn that. So in the part of management, what he or she is supposed to do, you, me, or anybody, any teacher, means our job in the management to manage or maintain discipline. If we fail to maintain the discipline in the university or in our own class, I think if you extend I think class, I think university means students come to your class and you are the master, as I said to you, and it has been said, well said, that destiny of any society or destiny of any country is shaped or created in the classroom. So basically, how we are going to manage means discipline is the very important, and to manage the routines of a classroom. How we are going to and set a climate of discipline and respect. These are the part of a teacher which comes under the aegis of your management. If we are a good manager, along with your teaching, along with your academic input, I think you are going to play a very important role. The second one is the part of the planning. Management means planning. How curriculum, your course content is going to set the tone, means how your communication or objectives you are going to set and assess standards for quality students' work, and how you are going to produce intended results. So I think planning again is very important. So management, planning, these are the two aspects that need to be taken care by an effective or a good teacher, as I say, to good. So let me now discuss with you the other equally important two more responsibility instructional strategies. Means, as we all now are saying that in the artificial intelligence era, what is going to happen? We all are expressing our worry and concern that it is going to generate unemployment. It is, hello? It is going to generate unemployment. It is going to generate unemployment and many kind of problems would be there. So here it becomes very important to use this all modern teachers in order to survive. Those who were talking of chalk and talk era, that has gone in now. I think now we need to cope up all these modern teaching aids in order to make our presentation, to make our classroom more effective. I think, yes, we can do it. We can create disaster. We can create a wonderful class. There's no doubt about it. By using all these modern teaching aids and all these aids, it is not going to ensure you, but at least it will facilitate you. By using, how effectively you are going to use, again, it depends on your smartness, on your caliber. So if you are smart enough, you are passionate enough, I am sure that you are going to manage. You means you, me, or anybody else. So instructional strategies is again very strategy. First management, planning, and then strategies. And the last but not the least is, that already we have seen and we have discussed about the role and the responsibility and the significance of communication. See, student motivation. How can you, me, motivate the students or the coming generation? Unless until we have a very, what we call it, good relation, personal relations, unless until we have, yes, not only typical formal kind of market oriented relation, I think it will not, it will not give any dividend. As we are now talking about, you all know that what we talked today, we talk about what we say that we see communicate and high all this. So unless until we see the real sense, means personal contact, things are not going to move in the right direction. Means for motivating the students, for the motivation of the students, we need to have a good communication, good rapport, and command over your language, command over your subject. And you must have the one element that is called empathy, not sympathy, empathy. You treat your students at par with you, at equal. If we start maintaining the distance between the two, I think things will not move in the right direction, as with a mentor mentee. So if you see the concept, as we now are saying that let us move on to the original kind of teachers group shishya relation, means ustad or ustad shagir relation. I think this kind of means, if you see, if you study, I think there would be not bilkul market oriented or not very formal, but informal. If you are going to give this kind of touch, so motivation will come definitely. Only if you will be able to connect with the students. So now the time has come to connect with the students. Then they will start listening to us. And they are smart enough today. If we are going to just read it out, and they are not going to listen to you. They, in matters of respect, what will they will listen to you. But as a whole, they are not going to be impressed by us, by the way we teach. I think we need to have real contact and connect. So yeah, as it is maintain personal contacts with the students. Of course, again, it is ideal when the size of the students would be 25 or 30. I think this could be possible. If the number will increase beyond 50, 60 or 70, I think things will get lost. So this is all because there is a study which has been done by many educationists that for personal contact, the size, and we all understand, you cannot remember the name of all students. It is important. Let me tell you, it's very important to call any student by his or by her name. I think it will give a lot of respect and personal touch. So this kind of, if we will be able to create this kind of atmosphere, I think effective teaching, effective learning, effective teaching, effective leadership, academic leadership is very much possible. So giving this kind of, background, let us now move on to the further. What is the function of a teacher today in this contemporary age? Just have a look. I think these all are the list we need to cultivate, we need to see, and accordingly we make a move. Then we will be able to do this. Resource provider, instructional specialist, curriculum specialist, classroom supporter, learning facilitator, mentor, school leader, data coach, catalyst for change, learner. See, I think I will pick up some of the, you all know. See, what is our role? Catalyst for change is very important. And the last again is learner. Unless until we develop the habit to learn, to develop reading habit, I think it is said that how we are going to create the class which would be learner centric. Learner means not only students, but we. Learner centric means again how we are going to give the primacy or importance to the student, because we all are there to teach them, but they are not there for us, but they are there for to be taught or to acquire education. So here, if you see in this contemporary age, how we are mentoring, how we are going to mentor. See, sometimes we have seen in our day-to-day life, we hardly have the time to mentor the students. Means to guide, to supervise, whatever the students have written, we consider it as the final. In majority of the case, means these all are the derailment, digression. So how we are going to take all these function as it is demanded by the society or by the contemporary times, it becomes very, very important. I hope you all are getting my points. सुन रहे हैं आप लोग?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I will take another 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So I wish to give enough time for you to raise your own questions, unless until you ask the question. Otherwise, I will keep going on. I will keep speaking. That's not the problem. What I think I need to give, I think one 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes are good enough for you, for your question. Let me now ask you first. Otherwise, I will keep speaking till 7. But I don't want to do it, because sometimes there is a complaint when I was in the academic staff college, it means MMTTC, that students students means the teachers came, that we have not been given the time by the resource person. He ate all the time. He invested all time, he wasted all time, or he spent all time. So this is not the thing that I like to do it. But you tell me, is there any question, or can I stop it and I should give at least half an hour for you to raise your own questions? I will be very happy. If you don't speak, I will speak. If you speak, I will start listening to you, because the listening is also a learning process. It's a good thing. So of a teacher. Okay, here when we will become a good teacher, the day will come, we will also become a good administrator. Because in academics, I think we cannot keep the academics or administration alone. Both cannot be separated, let me tell you. If you gone are the days, let me tell you, all academic, all vice chancellor happen to be great academics. I have seen, you must have seen. I think, and they did a wonderful kind. They were very liberal, they were very progressive. They also took all their academic institutions at the higher level at that time. But things are not moving in the way it moved in the past. That is for sure. So again, in this changing scenario, what kind of role is being expected on the part of the society so that we can do wonders and we can catch up with the fast changing scenario at the world? How we can take our higher education, which would be considered at par with the other global top class university or academic institution. It's again a challenge. Since my inception of my deliberation, I am talking of the challenges, issues, and how that challenges, issues could be converted into the opportunity, means prospects. Even within the challenges, there is an opportunity. We cannot deny this fact. So all the time it is said that again, 15 lakhs teachers means 1.5 million teachers are a very huge number. So if they start taking interest, if they become very passionate, I think the quality of the quality of education will be definitely improved. Means excellent could be brought out easily if we all start thinking to move in this direction. So let us now move on to the other slide. See here again, very important slide. Academic leadership skills, academic leader skills. What are the skills that need to be cultivated? Right attitude for an academic leader. What is this? First one is we need to be unbiased. We need to be objective. Objective to what? Tell me, objective to what? Objective to the students means we need to be impartial, means all the students are equal to us and we need to teach. So in that sense, what is the meaning of that one? We all are, no doubt, but there is a diversity in the classroom. We all know that there is a huge diversity found in the classroom. There are some students whose background is poor, whose background is rural area, who have not got very good kind of schooling. So in a way, they are different and they are poor or they are different. And on the other hand, there are, we call it fast learner, means slow learner, fast learner, and average learner. So at least we can categorize the entire class. And there are some students, we say that they hardly take interest. This is our perception. This is our opinion that they don't take interest. They are not oriented towards teaching. Learning, teaching, learning. So it becomes the Herculean task. It's a great challenge faced by the teachers like all of us, that how to make them interested, how to bring them into the debate discussion or in the classroom. In mentally means they are digressed, they are disoriented. So how we can give the counseling, then they will become the integral part of your classroom. So here, when we talk of the inclusive class, so we mean this when we talk of unbiasedness in terms of the students, in terms of the teacher. It doesn't mean that, yes, whatever I'm thinking, I go to the class and deliver it. That's it. Not at all. I think in a way, we need to understand how many students have understood our points of view, our ideas, our communication, our content to which I have imparted, transacted. So it means this one. Then we will be able to convert our students, our class into inclusive class. Otherwise, it will be split, it will be disintegrated. It doesn't appear, but it will be so like. And of course, embrace challenges. It is also the quality and the skills we need to cultivate, we need to learn how because challenges will be there. When we will be happy to embrace challenge means we take challenge as a challenge, not as a threat. So in that way, we will be able to translate or convert this challenge into the reality. Reality in the sense that when we become pragmatic, this will be resolved and this will be turned into the what we call it prospects, opportunity. It is like this, as I have given many examples. Handle setbacks by virtue of our own experiences and thinking that this is our role and the responsibility to meet out all the challenges, because every day in your life situation, in your class, in your university, in your college, we face challenges. Sometimes it becomes unmanageable, but even then we feel positive and we try to manage, and ultimately we manage. Offer welcome feedback. Feedback is very, very important. Once I remember that when this semester system was introduced, there was a lot of hue and cry on the part of the teachers that because there was a provision that we, the teachers, are also going to be evaluated by the students as we often evaluate the the function or the, I think, the role and the responsibility of the teacher of the students. Means whatever they have written, we often evaluate. So how we are teaching, how best we are teaching, how worst we are teaching, what we are teaching, I think that must be evaluated. Now it's okay. So unless until we have the, even here there is a scope for feedback about my teaching, about my deliberation, and you all are going to do it. And of course, be friendly. Again, relating to empathy, and unless until we become very friendly to our students, because here students in academics, even vice chancellor is not friendly all the time. He or she feels ego, and he carries ego, inflated ego, and very large ego. I think there will be problem. One day the problem will be such that it will not be able to manage by the vice chancellor or someone else. So being friendly, if you are friendly, let me tell you, if you or me are friendly, at least 50% of the issue will be resolved. This is tested hypothesis. This is tested. Let me tell you, it's a law. If your tone and tenor is good, friendly, I think maximum problems will be resolved. I have seen many vice chancellors, I have seen many leaders. I think we need to cultivate this kind of attitude, which will be friendly. I think friendly to students, friendly to the university, friendly to our colleagues, friendly to everybody. And there's no, I think if we start thinking that, yes, I need to be friendly to everyone, I think this is very much possible. So here, on the other hand, see, build leadership, be competent, be empathetic, adapt to changes, never give up. Again, if we cultivate all these qualities, all these skills, all these elements, I'm sure that we will be a good leader, we will be a good teacher, we will become the role model for the students, and they will follow you. And definitely, like empathy, adapt to changes, flexibility, everything is there. If you see this circle, I think this picture, this diagram, I think if we start developing, if something is missing in my personality or someone personality, I think if we start taking care of, I think we will become the good leader. There's no doubt about that. So here there's a need to give attention. And then let us move on to this 21st century teacher. How we are playing our role means we have seen that our role has been reduced, not reduced, let me tell you, has changed drastically, and we have become the facilitator, not teacher per se, let me tell you. And nothing is good about the teacher. I think this sounds very negative if I say that I will teach you. I think it gives some sort of as a sound which is unpleasant, let me tell you. So facilitator, yes, I am facilitator in the teaching learning process. Students are learning, which are active. My role is on the other hand, and we are providing the facilities so that if I ask yes, one book has come out by someone, it's a marvelous book, go and read it and come with that. Then we will discuss of your master student, of your PhD, somebody has come to you to do her or his PhD under your supervision. So what do? You facilitate. And today, I think we are accessible to all these materials, information. I think they are rather more accessible rather than us. So here, facilitator like destiny maker. Already we know that we are basically the role. We are the person. We are playing a very crucial role in shaping the society, in making the society, in building the society, in giving the progress, prosperity in the society. We are also all for creating inequality in the society. We all are also in order to eradicate the poverty from the society. So leader builder, social engineer, on the other hand, instructional designer, technology adapter, and collaborator. So I will a little bit hinge on the collaborator. In this contemporary era or in this collaborative era, in the sense that everybody will say to you that you have the you develop, you generate resources for your research, for something like that, you resource. So unless until we have the collaboration amongst the 2 3 university within the country, outside the country, and do the best, bring out the maximum I think output out of that value educators. So this picture also gives you a good kind of I think picture, or a flavor. It is giving you a good kind of flavor that must be learned, that must be taken, well taken by all of us. We all the teachers need to play. I think leader builders. So we all are social. We often say the social engineering. So how we are going to use our mind, our experiences, in order to that. And of course, if we start developing the collaboration, we can bring a lot of transformation. We can bring a lot of research in output and many more things, because it will give the if joint collaboration will be always, collaboration is always joint. So if we work on any issue, I think it will be very beneficial for the society, for India, for your academic institution. If you are writing book, taking 2 or 3 persons together, definitely your book will be the wider one and comprehensive one. And if you are making research, again taking someone from other fields, I think collective wisdom, collective effort is going to bring a lot of dividend for your academic institution, for our country, for the society, for the global society, for everything. So let us now move on to the other slides. So not much slides are there, and I should not take much of your time. Rather, I should be, just a second. I should take only 5 minutes, not more than that, and so that at least you can have 25 minutes and 25-30 minutes for your question and answer. So here, why I'm going to show you this, just see, means what is the importance of leadership and how leadership is directly relating to learning. Means learning and leadership is indispensable. You cannot make the separation between them. As long as you have the habit to learn, your effective leadership will continue. And this is very important for your teaching, for your leadership, for anything. I think learning, inculcating the behavior, inculcating the habit to learn more and more by way. See, de-learning and relearning has become the cycle today. Means whatever we have learned today, it might be possible that it will not be valid. It will not, we need to de-learn tomorrow. We need to omit. And then we need to relearn something which will be the requirement of future or the coming future. So here it becomes learning. That should be incessant. That should continue for all the times to come. Let me tell you, because whatever we have learned, not guarantee that it is going to help it out at each and every stage of our life. Things are moving very fast. Nothing is certain. So we need, see, as I said to you that now the artificial intelligence era is going to G, 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 many more things are there. So how we are going to do our deliver the bids is again important. So I'm just going to end by this slide, and then I will open the floor for debate and discussion. As in the initial stage, we discuss about what is passion and happiness, success. These three words, very key words. I am going to end. It is said that success is not the key to happiness. What is? Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Means passion leads to happiness, and happiness will give you success. See, if I am passionate about teaching profession or this is, I think definitely it will give you happiness. If I have chosen, if you have chosen, or somebody has, if not chosen, yet they have realized, someone has realized it's the best thing. Means teaching academic profession is the best profession. It is said, it is often said, and it is the best, no doubt about that. Over there, what is basically we want in our life? We want name, fame, money. These are the three considerations we consider in our life. And these three considerations are very much in this profession. If we write book, if we write research papers, if it will be published by a good research, by the journal or the publishing house, we will be known everywhere. And it will give you the satisfaction, happiness. And how we can say those who are having a lot of money, they are not satisfied with their life. So only happiness will lead to success. Means, so it is very fascinating. Hence, I thought that I should share with you. And so let us cultivate the habit. Let us follow all this to the extent possible so that we can work together and we can take this country, because education is considered, or of course it is one of the very important tools through which any society can be taken at the higher pedestal. If you see the status of higher education or education as a whole in any society for that matter, means those who are considered to be the advanced society or the developed society, I'm talking about the North, I think, see the status of education in that country. Definitely, it is much, much better than. So there is a direct connection between education and development of any society. So let us now take the initiative that we will discharge our responsibility. We will earn name, fame, and monetary consideration. And in a way, we are going to contribute much in the progress and development of the society. And we are working in order to realize the dream of a developed nation by 2047. So now I'm stopping here because I have talked a lot, but I am sure that you would have many questions, many observations, many comments. So I will feel rather delighted to take up your questions in the positive direction. And I will feel so great if you ask some questions, comments, observation, everything you like. So not I'm just I am okay, and I have finished my derivation. According to my promise, I have given you almost, I think, 30 minutes, I guess. Oh my God, I don't know.
Thank you so much, sir. Now the forum is open for discussion. If you have any queries or the question, you can directly ask to Professor Rahman, sir.
या आई विल वेरी हैप्पी, आप पूछें और हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम आपके क्वेश्चन का, आपके कमेंट्स पे कुछ हम अपना रोशनी डालें, हम प्रकाश डालें। वैसे हमारी कोशिश होगी। वैसे I am not sure that if you put some questions that I am not claiming that I will answer you, but I will at least try by level best to answer your questions. So comments, observations, queries, or anything for that matter, not relating to only academic leadership, but anything relating to education or higher education, anything, teachers, quality of teachers, faculty staff, anything you wish. So boundaries open. No any kind of boundaries that you need to ask the question only in this framework. Framework, no framework. Frameless. I think question, observation.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse
Yes,
me.
please. Yeah, yeah.
Dr. Mahesh here, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what is the use of laissez-faire leadership style in academic?
Laissez-faire or?
Laissez-faire of leadership style
Okay,
in
okay.
academic field.
Very, very good question. I think I'm very happy to take up your question. Let me tell you, I think if you see, it is just democratic type, but there's a difference between the two. Let me tell you, open. See the case of we sometimes we conduct survey, sometimes we make research, and what is happened actually? I think there should be, if we are going to write the research paper together, our research proposal, and submitting to some agencies like DST or social science like ICSR or something like that. And if we get the fund in that situation, if we work together, I think here this kind of flavor or this kind of culture, if we create, I think we can give or we can come out with the best possible solution or the best outcome out of that if we follow the laissez-faire. I think this idea, you all know that when Adam Smith, who is considered to be the father of political economy or the economics. You all know that in 76, when he wrote this book, I think Wealth of Nations, I think at that time you all understand that. But the laissez-faire means if you, I think it's a French word, I guess. So it means free. There's no any kind of hierarchy. There's no any kind of boundary. I think, see, over here, there shouldn't be any kind of things. So if we are working considering everybody as an equal partner, I think in that situation, it is called if your temperament, if my temperament is like that, otherwise you all know that psychological level, how democratic we are, to what extent we are democratic, how, to what extent we are autocratic and or authoritarian. We all know that. Only we understand this concept and we try to implement. So if we are going to follow these laissez-faire, according to my understanding, that I think in academic world, I think that should be followed. If you ask me, I will strongly say that this kind of temperament, this kind of culture, this kind of style is going to bring a lot of dividend to the academia. See, in my case, I think you must have seen, I don't know where are you from. Hierarchy is also very much has become the impediment in the many university system I have seen. So that
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
But sir, we academicians are not free. We have botherings. We have some policies, and these policies are not implemented according to our freeness. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
it
that
is
is
not
right.
possible to academician. Therefore, I asked you the question: how it is possible in academic field? No.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, I think it's a very difficult. I think in two sense of the term, in practice or in this is not happening. This is the worry part. This is the area of concern. We must do it. If you go to a small places, I am saying in that sense that hierarchy is prevailing like anything. A professor, you cannot ask any question. You can't put any questions, any comments, any observation, even in the a seminar, symposium. So this is the stumbling block. I know that this sort of impediments must go away. Then we can do something. See, we are envisioning that our country would be taken or would become the Vikshit Bharat by only by spending, I think, only by going till 247, it is not far off. So many things are there. I'm talking of Asia, not Asia, but South Asia as a whole. These sort of issues are there. If you go to any parts of the world, developed world, we often say that whatever nomenclature we used to work, I think this kind of situation is not prevailing. I think so. We are learning and we should learn. Whatever the things are good anywhere, best practices must be cultivated, must be taken, must be included, must be taken without any hesitation or any question. I think then we can do wonders. See, as I said, due to demographic dividend, this kind of situation has not only emerged in case of India. It has emerged in case of many East Asian countries, and they have reaped the benefits of that one. And we are, you all know that it all started, 2005-6, and it is continuing. It is not going to continue for all times to come. It is only for 50-55 years. By 2055, this kind of situation is going to be otherwise. Means we are growing, our country is growing, means young population is right now, but by the time of 2050 or 55, this population will go into the category of the old age, means 55 plus or 60 plus. So situation is like this, and you are right that this sort of problems are there. Problems and the challenges are enormous. There's no doubt about that. But we need to hammer, we need to do, and our constitution framework and many things are supporting us. We have this. So we need to hammer, we need to weed out, we need to learn many things from anywhere and try to improve up. That is the only way out. I think there would be some university, and of course, for that, persons like you should come, persons like all should come and do something for that. I think again, there's a rays of hope. I think everything is not pessimist. I think there's a rays of hope that even I don't know to which university or the college you are. I think they technically speaking, legally speaking.
I am from Santa Gadge Baba Amravati University.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now
yes,
I don't want to know it. What I'm because I know many university. Whatever you are saying is not new. I think many university this kind of situation is there. So how we as a senior or how we as a professor, how we as a very important faculty of our own respective institution can do something and at least take the initiative in the positive direction. See, like
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
like this kind of situation has been created by our society, that we have assembled here, means we have connected here, we are learning. So there's a hope on the part of the society. See, policymakers has provided this kind of opportunity that yes, here are a faculty, they need to be trained, they need to be given this kind of exposure, and they should be made aware that they would play their role, because here is a potential, means potential of the teaching staff or academic staff has been realized. So let us
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your kind guidance. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody कुछ भी आप पूछे वैसे like this? I'm otherwise I will feel that I have not done anything. Just I have wasted your 3 hours. Since we are facing problem, and by discussing these problem challenges, the things will move and something would come out. And we cannot say that since independence for the last 75 years we have done nothing. We cannot say, and this is not right also. If somebody is saying that we have not done anything during the last 75 years, we have just wastage of time, we have made it. So it's not the case. We have made progress. We cannot. So it's a matter of only assessment and the perspective. But we have a start from zero in the sense that, see, as I told you that in initial stage, we had only few university and the colleges. See the number of colleges now, and at that time, the GE are almost nil or something like that. Means hard in 2006, at the turn of the century, means 2006 or 5, it was only 10% gross enrollment ratio was there, only 10%. See, and so we have uh, achieved the more than 16% more, 16% more GER has been. And again, there is a problem. I'm not saying that everything is good and rosy picture is not there, but we should not be also pessimist also. We have done progress. We have made headway in each and every line, in every way. See our brothers who are working in NASA, who are working in any parts of the world. Let me tell you, they have done wonders and they are doing wonders. So our India's image is projected in the positive direction by these global Indians. What we call it, global Indians or Indian diaspora or the migrants. So they are contributing to our country. At the same time, they are also contributing to the economy and society of their respective host society. So we cannot deny this. But again, we should not be complacent also, because things are very, very competitive. Let me tell you, even in labor participation, everywhere, competition is very tough. In the post-pandemic, what kind of requirement would be there? As I talk to you about how to translate or convert the human population into the human capital, you must be wondering. Let me tell you, I'm saying all these things on the basis of facts and the figures. When we start discussing that population, all of a sudden it goes to our mind that population is a disaster, population is a bane, population is a curse, population is a liability. But this is not like this. Let me tell you, there's a theory that how you are going to manage your population. As I said to you, India is the third largest education system in the world. But in terms of quality, again, there is a serious catch. So how means it is not the means biggest one in the sense that we have something, but how we are going to bring excellence again is very important. And if something is like that, more colleges, more academic institutions, either private or something like, could be added in order to achieve the target of 50% and of following the online and hybrid blended learning. So many things are there, and it all depends on the leadership, academic leadership. If we have good academic leadership, means effective leadership, definitely it can be thought of. And again, you must agree with me that leadership, how the leadership could be cultivated? Only by giving this kind of exposure, talking to each other, spending money. So you all know that public expenditure on means GDP is very least in our own country. For the last 75 years, we have been saying that, and it has been recommended by each and every committee and commissions. All these national education policies recommended that 6% of the GDP would go for education. Do you know what happened? So far, nothing happens. So hardly 2.5 or 2.6% public expenditure is made. Only 2 points. See, if you see the case of Korea, it is around 7 to 8% public expenditure of their GDP, and you all know that. So how we are, and if you see the health, I think 1.92 or 2.2% only. So if you combine both, I think it has not crossed 6%. Even health and you all must be aware that these are the only two sectors, that is called education and the health, that is considered to be the social sector. No country can survive, no country can make any kind of progress ignoring these education and the health. Some people say that, see the case of the higher education over there, it was very good. Even then, lot of death took place Italy is the example. So you cannot give this kind of thing, statistics to justify that we should not develop this health system. We don't have any option but to develop education and the health because these are the only two pillars or the important pillars on which you can think of moving in the direction of achieving the target of to making this country or to translating this country into the developed nation means big. We can only realize by giving priority of these sectors, education and health, and then we can think of Vikshit Bharat. Yes, please.
Yes, participant, is there any other questions?
इतने लोग हैं, कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, आई एम स्टिल वंडरिंग कितना अभी भी 56 हैं हम लोग, वी आर 56, फिर भी हम तो इतना बोले, वैसे तो कुछ तो बोलिए आप लोग।
सर आपने इतना अच्छा समझाया कि कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं बचा।
नहीं, ये तो डिप्लोमेटिक हो गया, ये डिप्लोमेटिक आंसर हो गया वैसे। ये तो डिप्लोमेटिक आंसर है कि हमने नहीं, thank you so much for your encouragement, but even then ask, put some questions, कोई भी तो चीजें होंगी जो कि आप समझना चाहें या आप जानना चाहें या हमारे क्वेश्चन, हमारे आर्टिकुलेशन के कुछ लिमिटेशंस हैं, वो सबके लिमिटेशंस होते हैं। बीच में लाइट चली गई वैसे, सो इट वाज वेरी एम्बारासिंग, यू नो, क्योंकि यू ऑल आर वेटिंग और यहाँ देखिए वी गॉट डिस्कनेक्टेड।
Sir, I think there is no more questions.
I think they all have got tired, I guess.
Hope so, sir.
कोई बात नहीं।
Hope so.
I think 3 hours, continuous 3 hours is really very tiresome for you. और इसमें गैप भी तो हम लोगों ने नहीं किया ना, वो तो एक ऐसे ही अनप्लीजेंट गैप हो गया वैसे।
Sir, I think there is no more questions. So shall we conclude, sir, this session, if you could permit?
I think no, I think from my side there's no problem at all. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं है वैसे। As it was pointed out by one of our friends that you spoke so well that there's no chance to prove anything. So they have been satisfied. If they have been satisfied, no issue. So thank you once again for listening to me so patiently. I am sure that we all are going to work together collectively in order to realize the dream of this great nation, that is Vikshit Bharat, or developed nation by 2047. So at least as an individual, as a conscious citizen of this nation, of this great nation, let us take a place that we will work individually, jointly, collectively, so that we can contribute our might in the progress, development, bringing our prosperity for this nation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I here to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Anisur Rahman, sir. So I will conclude this session with one quote of Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Really, this is a true and definite quote, because we being the teacher, we have the responsibility, because if any other profession person will fail, that will not affect much more on the society, but a teacher will fail, that will affect the society in long term. So it is a responsibility of our teacher, and it is a responsibility come to on our shoulder to implement and contribute for the our agenda that is declared by the honorable prime minister, decided by the our country of the Vikasit Bharat of the vision 2047. Really, sir, in your session, you have elaborated the concept of the leadership, and how the leader will inculcate their values, and in education sector he give the clear roadmap for the development of not only education sector but the socio-economic development of our nation, and to achieve the agenda and the goal of our Vikasit Bharat. So on behalf of the Malvi Mission Teacher Training Center, Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, I express my sincere gratitude for being with us, enlighten us, motivate us, and explain such a great concept in a very simplest facet. So, on behalf of Malvi Mission Teacher Training Centers, I again extend my sincere gratitude to you. And with the kind consent of Professor Rahman sir, I would like to declare that this session will be over here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you so much,
So
sir.
patient hearing. So
Thank you so
patient
much, sir.
hearing. So
Thank you, sir.
whenever you come to
Thank you,
Delhi,
sir.
whenever you come to Delhi, visit us. I will be very
Thank
happy
you, sir.
to
Thank you
host
so
you.
much.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Please do to visit this university. We will be very happy and delighted to host you. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so